Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany Golden of Team D. I'll be joined by Alejandro Martinez and Amber Gonzalez, and we will be presenting to you an examination of the case study of I'm a Good Enough. Hope you enjoy.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alejandra Martinez. I'm gonna give you a brief summary in the case of Ima the intruding and the falsified report. Okay, basically, she is an area employee of the police agency. She is also capable and experienced in both divisions of the police and detectives, and she also belongs to this type of organization which is called the Old School, and it consists of people where she keeps along with these people, but she also tries to avoid other officers. As an officer of the old school, she typically handles calls for service without requesting cover units or backup. The major issues within her is that she has six complaints of child lodged against her during the last 2 years. Um, she has also recently involved in two high-speed pursuits during which her vehicle was damaged. And then she attempted to run the offender off the road. She would also only notify her supervisor when dealing with major situations. She's also a borderline subordinate with dealing with new supervisors. But she also believes that, generally speaking, the administration exists only to screw around with us, and she has deteriorating attitude and reckless performance, and she also has a bad reputation within her supervisors, and she's also known as a hot dog and as a walking time bomb, who is unpredictable and could blow at any time. One day on the boat, she decided to go out of her jurisdiction responding to a shooting call, which she was not supposed to. It was outside her at the city limit in the county. She read the dispatcher said he's out of system, which she's lying about it, and she decides to drive to the home where the shooting occurred, and she sees a large foreign-made revolver, and she holds it and waves it in the air, examining it. Paramedics yell at her to put it down because it might be an attempted homicide case. And later, the sheriff's office complains on her actions at the crime scene, and she has to write a report on her actions. She completes a report describing her observations at the scene with a knife, touching or picking up anything, which is lying again. Um, she she's known as a offender police officer, and she has never received a suspension from children of her action. So, her bravely expressing their happiness of her years for many years, um, and her supervisors have not experienced the attitude in writing her.
Oh, hello, Ima. Come on in. Come on in. Sit down. You know the drill. Just your standard performance evaluation. I have here the the sheet that we do every year. You know, yeah. So I do have to go over a few things with you, verify your identity and whatnot. You are I'm a Good Enough. ID number 12345, patrol officer of Awesome Police Department. And I know we've done this before, but I need to go over the scale with you, the rating scale. 5 is a far above what is required, meets the highest standards. 4, above normal expectations and standards. 3, consistent with what is expected and considered acceptable. 2, below normal expectations and standards. And 1, does not meet minimum requirements. We're going to make this quick. I've got a lunch meeting with my supervisor later, so don't worry, we'll get through this. Organization of time and interpersonal relationships, not too many complaints. We're good. We're cops. People complain. It's not a big deal. Gave you a 4 on those. Attitude, not a big deal. All 4s, keeping it simple. Quality of work, accepts responsibility, accepts direction and change. Performance under stress, fine. We're good there. Operation, care of equipment, you had those two accidents with the, it happens. You paid for it, right? So we're good. Four on that. Couldn't give you a 5. You wrecked it. So we're fine there. Understands, follows directions. Your professional character, report writing, communication skills, great, all great. Quality of typing and data entry. That's what we have secretaries for, right? That's what we have the civilians for. Yeah. Operation of special equipment. That's fine. Driving skills, again, with the care of equipment. Can't really give you a 5 on that one, but 4 is good enough. Pun intended. And we take feedback from our trainees after they've worked with you. I'm gonna go solid 4s on that as well from the reviews. It's fine. No red flags. They're new. They're gonna complain. Whatever. Any suggestions I could give you? I would just say, keep up the good work. And if I could just get you to sign, right here, right there, awesome. And oh wait, date. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Got to get to my meeting. All right. Please come in and sit down. I'm gonna need to go over. We're gonna spend a good part of the afternoon. I hope you cleared your schedule. We're gonna be going over your performance review for the past year. It's not great. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to discuss. Yes, I understand why I'm here. I'm to provide feedback on my field training officer, Officer Goodenough. Yes. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I feel like I was trained very well. Great, absolutely great. Yeah, she's great. Great. Her teaching methods were just really uncalled for, and her treatment of the public, it made me embarrassed to be seen with her, because that's not how a police officer should behave. Officer Goodenough is the type of patrol officer that police departments don't need in their ranks. She's insubordinate, she is disrespectful, she's a nuisance when she's in the public. However, there's no documentation to back that up. As we showed, her performance reviews are all average to above average. There's no detail, not including the current incident with the sheriff's department and the possible homicide. Her behaviors would have warranted some type of disciplinary action, maybe some retraining. Her cliquish mentality with the 10 or so people that actually tolerate her, that's not okay. That's 10 people in a department of, let's say, 100 that like you. That's 90 other people who probably aren't going to back you up. Not that she would call for it. People think that she's a walking time bomb, that she's going to blow at any second. That's a dangerous thought. When Officer Goodenough left her jurisdiction to respond to the call in the county to assist, she was in violation of department policy. It's not her jurisdiction. She should have stayed put. And she decided to go rogue, which is completely unacceptable. But what she did also opened up the department and herself for some serious legal consequences. What she did in this case, she could be facing jail time. When she walked in and picked up the weapon. Well, there are rules for evidence. She's not the crime scene investigator. She had no business picking it up in the first place. The fact that a paramedic had to tell her, whoa, put it down, this could be a homicide, what are you doing, speaks volumes to, but just to her attitude that she doesn't care, I can do whatever I want, the rules don't apply to me. But when the sheriff complained and when she wrote her report, clearly she falsified a government document, falsified a police report. There are witnesses on the scene that said she does this. The paramedic has no reason to lie. He doesn't know her from Adam. He doesn't have any reason to lie. Ima should not have been on that crime scene. She shouldn't have responded. And she could be, breaking the chain of custody with the weapon. legally, she at the very least should lose her job just for those actions alone. If there were significant information in her personnel file about her behavior over the past 8 years, um, I don't see how she would have made it this far. Um, Unfortunately, people pencil whipped her performance reviews. That's not a standard we should have for police officers. Her actions have caused some pretty serious effects for her department. I have no doubt in my mind that there will be formal hearings about this. The sheriff is probably going to raise some hell, um, and she's going to lose her job, if not face jail time.
Hi, my name is Amber Gonzalez, and I'll be talking about the disciplinary actions that could have been taken with the Ibma Goodenough case. She used to do what she wanted to do. She didn't ask for any backup because she thought the backup was for whims that couldn't solve it themselves. The only time that she went for a supervisor or manager's help is when it was a very important situation or delicate situation. As the end of the case, stating that she went out of her jurisdiction, she went into a crime scene and touched a crime scene evidence which was not allowed to be touched. Reason at first though, she was not supposed to be in that area in the first place. She was supposed to be in her jurisdiction, but she didn't listen. She did what she wanted to do. Basically, she touched the evidence. Sheriff got there. She left, and the end of the case is stating that she never touched anything in the crime scene, which was false because she did, and there was witnesses such as the paramedics saying her not to touch that because. So basically, the disciplinary action that could have been taken with Ibma Goodenough, basically they could have tried to have classes with her, try to have therapy or type counseling to improve her anger management, to try to help her not to be so much aggressive. As manager stating that she was a ticking bomb, that she could explore anytime she wanted to, and basically she could do whatever she wanted. Without these actions being taken, as stated at the end of the case, she did do something that she wasn't supposed to do, going out of her jurisdiction and touching evidence that was not supposed to be touched, basically getting involved in the investigation of the case. Ibma Goodenough basically did what she wanted to do. None of the managers even tried to help her or assist her or try to resolve the situation. She basically got away with touching or going out of the jurisdiction, stating that she did not touch it, which was false information. Basically, there has been a lot of justification actions with her. Reason is because she has shown a lot of actions, negative actions, and from showing of this case, she should have been fired or transferred to something else that was not going to be involving with others, or she should just been let go because of this. So without having these type of actions taken towards her, she basically seems like she runs the department, does what she wants to do, and nobody could tell her what to do, or she can't even get in trouble for it. So these disciplinary actions could have helped her, could have improved her to actually be a better police officer, maybe one of the best supervisors, or become going up the ladder. But by her not, but them the managers not helping her, she did not improve of that. So I would say that Ibma Goodenough was not a great officer. She could have been helped, but wasn't helped. She got away with a lot of stuff that she shouldn't have been getting away with, and basically showing that any kind of officer could do this and get away with it. So I would say that a lot of action should have been taken from the beginning of from the reports that she's been getting within those 3 years. There should have been some action taken. But since there wasn't anything, there has been a lot of downsides to this. She's become one of the worst officers. She should have been let go, but she wasn't. So those are the type of action I think that should have been taken towards her, and could have helped her a little bit more to not be involved with so many citizens, or could have harmed anybody.